Welcome back, everybody. This is Wings of Wax, and we are back with more Slay the Spire. So we're on to the Defect. Last time we ended up fighting against the Heart, and we ended up losing to that because I feel like we just didn't have a powerful enough deck. We didn't get like the focus cards that we needed, nor did we really get too much involved with Frost Orbs and Dark Orbs and stuff like that. I did try to record an episode a little while ago. This is actually attempt number 2. I had to abandon that run because OBS just crashed on me. So we were going to try this again. And unfortunately, that run was starting to look pretty good. It's like the only thing we need is just focus. And we're halfway through Act 2. We should be able to find a couple of focus cards, like just 1 or 2. But let's see if we can actually make a better run. Let's make it better. Alright, so here are our choices. Choose a colorless card to obtain 3 potions, obtain a curse to transform to cards. I don't think we want to be obtaining a curse. I think we're going to be obtaining some potions, it sounds like. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to be choosing here. Is there a good path here? This is... We have an extra hallway fight here. We have 2 elites. That's a death wish. Like, this one is probably still the best one. Okay. Yeah, let's take some potions then. Ooh, we get fruit juice. Nice. Let's drink that right away so we get some max HP. Let's go. Alright. So, we're just going to try to prevent as much damage as possible. Go for the strike here. We're going to take 1, but that's fine. Jawworm, I almost always take damage against, unfortunately. It's just part of his drill. I think we go for a double lightning orb here and just block as much damage as possible. We get another lightning orb, since he's not attacking this turn anyways. It's going pretty well so far, but yeah, I was going to say he's probably going to start dealing us some damage here, but thankfully we were able to just kill him before that's being able to be the case. So we have Rebound, Sweeping Beam, and Steam Barrier. Steam Barrier is one of those cards that I do want at least one of later on. These are all cards, actually, I want at least one of later on. I don't need, I guess, a Rebound later on, but it is really powerful. I do think that Sweeping Beam, though, is going to be more beneficial to us. Mostly just because there are there's a lot of instances where AoE is going to need to be needed. And, like, the Polygon guys, the... try somethings, the 3 polygons that fight us as elites, I feel like this is more beneficial against anyways, and being able to just draw a card I think is really good too. Dealing 9 damage though for the rebound was definitely something to consider. We have a shop right after this. This is actually the one time I think I'm going to take this. We just get like an extra 75 gold, extra 100 gold. Perfect, thank you. Let's just get rid of that right now. Unfortunately, though, I did pass on gold-plated cables and Singing Bowl. I should have actually looked. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, well, we still get some decent cards to be able to choose from here. Equilibrium's probably the best card out of this entire stack. I would say Cold Snap is probably a card we're going to have to take, even though I'm not a big fan of it, but I do see where its applications are, so let's go for that. And we'll just keep the rest of our gold. I could go with Hologram. Do we really want a Hologram, though? We don't really have any 0 casting cost cards yet, nor are we going to be able to get one before we get to this boss here. And then we'd be upgrading Zap probably here if we don't take too much damage, or here. Hologram. You are reasonable, but I don't think you're necessary at this point. So I think we just let it go. Man, this would have been a good turn for a Sweeping Beam to show up. I think we actually go for the dual cast. This deals 6. This deals 6. Actually, that'll kill this one. So, all right, let's just do that. Prevents some damage this turn. We're only taking 2, 3. I don't remember. Sure and sure. You didn't really give us much of a choice there. Let's be fair. Yes. Dual cast is actually really good here. Then we can just kill you. Perfect. That worked out. We got a defragment, or we got an all for one. Oh no, we have an all for one this early. Oh my god, I have to do it for the memes, don't I? I actually got offered an all for one at the last game too, and I decided not to go for it, but it wasn't this early. Oh my god. Oh my god, do we go for it? Like, defragment fits into every deck, but when do you ever get offered an all for one this early? We're doing it. We're doing it. I don't even care. We're doing it. Yes. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it work, but man, we're going to try so hard here. Yeah, let's get the zap going. See if we draw something we need. We don't. We can weaken him next turn, so let's go for that probably. Since he is a super elite, I would like to make sure that he just doesn't deal us a lot of damage if we can help it. So we have all for one, which is not going to give us anything yet, because we're not really at that stage of the game where that's going to do anything for us. Maybe I should have actually used this. I think we're doing okay, though, so far. We did get Cold Snap again and all for one. I think that's actually reasonable here. Okay, we're going to take some hits here, but we're still at a reasonable... We're at a pretty good life total. I can't really complain too much. Let's go for Sweeping Beam, see where that draws us. Nothing really helpful. We're just going to take our beats. Can we kill you is the name of the game here. Yes, we can. Career is actually very helpful. Be able to reduce the stock prices of restock purchases. Restock the cards and relics and potions, and reduces the prices to 20% less. So that's pretty great. Speaking is hard. I think we take a beam cell here. We start taking the zero casting cost cards, right? Yeah, I think we do. We do it. Okay. Beam cell. I think we actually go for equilibrium here and then go for a strike on this guy. Do we beam cell this one just to take his buff off? I don't think so. Well, if I knew you were going to hit there, then I should have, but... So 9 damage, which we can just kill you with that. Get back the beam cell. There we go. It's like, there has to be a way for us to lethal both these guys. Self-repair and bullseye. Interesting. I think self-repair is just going to be more beneficial for us. We don't really have a lot of block. Actually, we do have some reasonable block cards. We have equilibrium still. That's actually pretty good. You know what? Yeah, let's go for that. What are we upgrading? Well, we should probably make a card zero cast because this is only going to be 14 damage here. So we're going to make our zap 0 mana. That's for sure. So we can actually get some more value out of our awful one. Bottle Tornado. Oh boy. Oh boy. Power. I don't think we have a power, do we? We have self-repair. Do I actually want self-repair in my opening hand? I don't know if I necessarily do. I guess turn 1 is usually the turns where people don't attack you. So maybe that is a reason to go for Bottle Tornado. Problem is, against like bosses and stuff, self-repair is not going to do anything for us. I actually don't think we take the Bottle Tornado. I think we just take the Sapphire Key, which is really sad. Yes. And then we go for you, and you. So it looks like we're going to be able to get at least some value out of all for one if we do draw it. Ooh. 13 damage. We have a dual cast too. I guess we go for a dual cast and see where that takes us. Yeah, it didn't take us to this guy, unfortunately. It's unfortunate. I think we have to just go for like the beam cell and double defend here. I can't afford to take too much damage, and all for one, you know, really only getting us back a zap and a beam cell I don't think is worthwhile, because we can't kill this. If we could kill this, then I definitely would go for it, but I don't think we're at that stage of the game. I actually think I'm going to vulnerable this guy, or at least get rid of his debuff, so that way eventually when we start taking out those guys, if we draw something that debuffs them, then we actually can use it. We have equilibrium for this turn. Is that what we're going for? Equilibrium, self-repair. I just want to be able to set it up so that we can try to kill this guy. Like, that's inevitably what just needs to happen. Yeah, like we have to just do that and I guess put up a block. We take 2 damage here. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so we have our sweeping beam. Let's see what we draw. And we can deal some extra points of damage to this guy this turn. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go for it. Well, dual cast is fine. Unfortunately, didn't kill any of these, but at least we're not taking any damage. You know, that's actually reasonable here. That was a decent turn for us. This is not a good turn for us, though. Do we actually use the potion to prevent some damage? I actually think we want to draw self-repair soon, so I don't think we need to kill these guys quickly enough. We can regenerate some of the health back with self-repair. Like, do we just... Yeah. And I'm actually going to just kill this one. So we have 2 turns to be able to... Well, we only need 1 more turn to be able to draw the... It's more of like just in case we need 2 turns, because then it would have dealt 3 damage to this guy twice with my lightning orb, but didn't matter. Alright, Toy Ornithopter. Eh. Cool that it is really good. Do we take another beam cell? I don't think we need beam cell number 2 all that much. I think we just take a cool-headed here. This is going to be weird. I'm not used to building this deck, so... You're supposed to take all the 0 mana cards, right? Yeah. That's what I heard. Did we play the self-repair? I think we did, yeah, if I remember correctly. This goes up to 9 damage. Nah. This goes to 2 vulnerable. We actually would rather have go for the eyes rather than beam cell anyways. This is going up to 16 block. There's really nothing that like truly generates a ton of like advantage for us. I think I just go for like a sweeping beam and just suck it up. Because that'll deal the most amount of damage, I feel like, to any of these enemies and boss too. Alright. Let's go. See if we can split you this turn. We can. Nothing I want to draw, right? I don't think so. So I'm not sure. I guess we're sweeping beam first. Self-repair. Well, let's dual cast. Because we're committed to splitting you. Just a matter of like, do we actually go for the self-repair here? I think we don't. I think we go for a cold snap. That way it's a little bit more manageable to be able to take on these guys. We do have the beam cell in here, so we can go for the all for one. I would like to be able to draw the self-repair, though, if we can help it. So let's get 1 more card deeper. Unfortunately, though, we need to draw it this turn. Yeah, I made it so that way we couldn't because I played the other zap. I should have actually done that the other way. It should not have played the zap there. Unfortunately, he's going to be dead no matter what, so. Rip. That's okay. Ball Lightning or Steam Barrier? Steam Barrier sounds pretty good with all for one. Let's go for it. Just make sure we take no damage this turn. Ooh. Steam Barrier to make sure we take no damage turn, so we can actually set up the self-repair if we want. I like it. Sure. Since, you know, we're not actually attacking you anyways this turn, it looks like. Or not defending, rather. And this does not kill you. Should we use a potion? What do we get back? It feels really bad to get back, like, anything. I guess we get back like Steam Barrier, because that'll just kill him. I mean, any of our attacks will just kill him, but... Okay, that way we just don't take any damage and we actually get some value. Defragment. Yeah. We definitely want you. Definitely need you. Alright, Sweeping Beam, here we go, buddy. Boom. This is what you're here for. Do we go for a dual cast, actually? This will take out 2 of these enemies. I think that's reasonable. Okay. That was actually really good for us. We take 0 damage this turn. We have self-repair for this turn, too. Awesome. This actually, like, almost went according to plan. Another Equilibrium. I mean, retaining your hand is pretty good. Force Field, we don't have enough powers to be able to take advantage of it because it's just going to cost 4 mana always for us, basically. We have, like, what, 1 power in the deck right now? Just, oh, we have 2 powers. Defragment and self-repair. Do we take Hologram? That's the other question. We do have, a Zap to take advantage of. We have Steam Barrier to take advantage of. Obviously, we have Beam Cell too, but Beam Cell's not really that good. I'm thinking Hologram is actually reasonable because it makes it so that we could actually go for like all for one again in another turn. Let's go for a Smith. What are we smithing? Do we go for the Defragment? I think that is the best option for us, unless we want to make dual cast free. Yeah, I think we go for the Defragment. That just sounds way better for us. All right. Hexy. I don't think we need to use a Gambler's Potion. Just trying to decide, like, obviously there's better cards we can draw, but I don't think we necessarily need to. I'd rather save it for a turn that, like, maybe we don't have any blocks in our hand. I think it's just better for us. All right, let's go. So we're gonna take a massive hit this turn. Like, this would be a reasonable turn, I think, to go for it. But what would I get rid of? What do I want? I want Equilibrium, I think. I'm gonna take a massive damage. I think we use this Liquid Bronze. We need to use at least a potion against this fight, just to make it easier to prevent us from dying. So I might as well use that one because it's going to deal a ton of damage to him throughout the longevity of this fight. Could get back a Steam Barrier with a Hologram. It's not terrible. I'm not opposed to that. Trying to prevent as much damage as I possibly can this turn. This is the most damage we can prevent. So that's still half of it though. That's pretty good. I mean, it was a little more than half, but it dealt us more than half. But you know, self-repair is going to be a dead card for a long time. Do we take the 2? I think we take the 2, so we can deal some extra damage. Consideration to actually go for the Fear Potion there, but I don't think we need to since we already have the Thorns going anyways. Interesting. All for One only gets us a Zap back right now. We actually do want to deal him as much damage as possible. So, as much as I would like to set up Frost Orbs and stuff, I think it's actually just beneficial for us to just go for something like this. Because we need to just deal as much damage as possible before he gets all the way back around. That's unfortunate. We draw a dual cast on a turn where we can't actually use it. Is this a turn where we actually go for this Gambler's Potion? Gambler's Brew? There are way better cards in here, unfortunately. I don't want to. I don't think we need to. And I might as well just cast a Self-Repair so that way we just stop drawing it. Okay, let's go for Beam Cell, Sweeping Beam. And I guess we just go for the strikes. We're getting them down pretty good right now. 14 damage incoming. Okay. That we can reposition this for the dual cast. I think we actually use a dual cast here, since it's probably the last time we're going to be able to use it for a while. We don't need to use a steam barrier, so let's go. Beam Cell, Cool-Headed. We have Double Strike. Okay, that works. So we need to kill him this turn. Is there a way? So we have 19 plus the 5. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, cool. And technically we also have Beam Cell too, so get him. Woo! Ooh, Echo Form and Bias Cognition. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is like the ultimate choice there. I'm not sure which one is better. I don't know. Oh, they're both so good though. And we don't know if we're gonna be getting an extra mana or not from this this relic here. This is tough. Oh, they're both such good choices. They're both so good. We don't really have anything that we want to like duplicate though. I feel like All for One just doesn't synergize with it very well, but obviously doubling like a Defragment or a Cool-Headed is fine. Doubling a Sweeping Beam also pretty good. Even, you know, Cold Snap, Equilibrium, Zap. I guess it just makes it that way it's 26 block, but I'm thinking that Bias Cognition might just be slightly better here. Just another way to gain some focus, and since we're like inevitably trying to set up for like the Storm combo deck, I think the Storm that works better for the Storm combo deck because it costs so little mana. All right, no more potions. I think that's better than going for a nuclear battery. Battery is decent, but this is tough. I actually think we should go for the battery. Just because I don't necessarily think we're going to be casting a bunch of 2-mana cards. We only really have right now anyways the All for One and Equilibrium. And we're picking up a bunch of 0-mana cards anyways. So I actually think that the nuclear battery is just going to be more beneficial for us. All right. Well, we're starting to lean towards this. Let's see what we can do here. Where do we want to go? What do we want to see? Who do we want to be? I'd like to be able to go to a shop. Fortunately, if I go this way, it's going to be an extra hallway fight. We have 2 elites. I could potentially go up this way too. There's a bunch of question marks after that, so it's not a terrible path to, like, direction to go in at least. There's another shop right here. We do have 3 combats: campfire, elites, campfire. We have to fight another elite at the end after we fight 3 more combats at the end. Oh. Well, that sounds like a death wish. How's this one look? 1, 2, 3. We can go up this way, be able to fight an elite, or be able to go up this way and go to a combat. It's a little more risky, but it's not as risky as going up the other path. So being able to get another campfire, and we can go to the shop after and get another campfire. So we have 1 elite going up this path. I'm thinking we just gamble it and go down this path, but it's very risky just because we have an extra hallway fight before we actually get to an elite. So we have 4 combats to get through before we get to this elite, and that is painful. That is painful. I think we just go this way. Okay. Does this actually trigger... Like, does that increase? I don't think it does, actually, with bias cognition. I was just curious, but it's not really the time to go for that yet. We do have Equilibrium and Cold Snap, so... And Dual Cast. I think that's reasonable. Use all of our mana for this turn. We have Defragment. I like that a lot. Do we go for a Cool-Headed, or do we go for a Zap? Do we do any of this? I'm thinking that applying some damage early on is going to be beneficial, but obviously he's going to be attacking us at some point down the line, which we're going to want Cool-Headed in play, or Frost Orbs in play, rather. I do think that Zap, though, is probably worthwhile. To the point where... Yeah, let's go for the Cool-Headed first. And then we'll go... yeah, we'll go for the Sweeping Beam. And then we can go for Zap to be able to get some extra energy. Go for the Hologram. People grab the other Zap. We have the Zap here. And we can just strike. And I think we actually go for the Bias Cognition. Because we're going to be able to kill him, I think, before, you know, we start to lose out on the focus there. We only have... We have Steam Barrier and Zap. Okay. You know what? I think it's worth it. Especially for the Zap there, yeah. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure. And we're just good there. Yeah, you're at 1 life. That actually worked out great. You know, all for 1. Pretty good. And Bias Cognition. We get a Claw. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have 2 upgraded cards that are actually reasonable too. Barrage is probably the worst one. Ball Lightning is just a strictly better Strike Plus. But I think Claw is actually worthwhile, especially with all for 1. Right, right. We're looking to go this path. Right. Just reminding myself. I should also check who's our boss here too, so that way I can plan a little bit. We have the Collector. Okay. So like some AoE stuff would not be terrible to pick up. Defragment is definitely worthwhile. And I guess we just cast all for 1. Let's see what we draw. Bias Cognition. We don't really have, like, enough damage, I think, to take advantage of that just yet. So I think we just Equilibrium this turn and go for a strike. That way we can save the Bias Cognition if we want to do it for next turn, which probably is reasonable here. Let's go for that. Sure. Sure. We need 1 defend to be able to block all of this. No, it's 16, so we'll be taking 1 damage at that point. That's fine, though. Yeah, that's still fine. Only taking 1. We have a Zap here. We also have all for 1. So... Not bad. Beam. Yeah, we're just going to cast all these, right? Yeah, I think so. Not a terrible turn. Not a terrible turn. Ooh, we drew Capacitor. Or we got Capacitor. Okay, nice. We need, like, at least 1 of those, so I'm very happy. Okay, where do we go? Cold Snap is probably reasonable enough to be able to go for. We'll just hit this guy since we're not going to be able to get any of his plated armor down. So, from there. Yeah, I think we just end up going for that. Doesn't feel great, but it is the best option we have. And we had 1 0 mana card, which is the Steam Barrier. Let's go for the cool head. Actually, let's go for the dual cast. Nice. Defragment. Ooh. Unfortunately, though, we're going to be taking a big, huge hit this turn. And I don't like that, but we have really not much to do about that. Steam Barrier we could get back, but that only prevents so much damage. I think we just go for, like, Sweeping Beam. Oh. This doesn't feel good. No matter, like, how I look at this, it just does not look good at all. Like, we want, like, a bias cognition right here. Like, do we just go for the defrag? I think we do. And just, you know, doesn't really matter what we did with the extra mana because we weren't going to break his plated armor. So we took some extra hits there. We do have capacitor, though. So, yes. This will block all of it with the defend, so sure. I mean, whatever. That doesn't actually do anything, but let's see here. We can just barely break it. Yeah. Okay, we got one armor off. And we can make sure that we don't take any damage too. So, perfect. That is that's a win for us, unfortunately. Sweeping Beam, probably. Yeah, we can prevent all the damage, so I can just worry about dealing damage this turn. Let's go for bringing this back from the Sweeping Beam here. Deal more damage to you. We have a zap we can get out here too. Unfortunately, the zap's though not going to take off any of his plated armor, but so we're just gonna make sure we take no damage. We're slowly whittling him down. Okay, so we need to put up 2 block, but let's go for that to take another one off. Fortunately, it's not looking so good now that we already played that bias cognition and we haven't been able to find very much damage cards, nor have we been able to find the all for one with a bunch of cards in our graveyard. So it's just not looking so good. It's not looking so good. So we have this, we have this, we have this, with this. All right. Should be dead next turn. Should be dead. This has actually been like a difficult fight for us. It's crazy. Right. I think that's better. Ooh, we get Scrape, but the problem is if we take Scrape here... You know what? I think we actually take it. We have, like, just barely enough to take advantage of it. Like, we need to draw, like, 2 cards from it. But I think we're at a place where we can afford to take the Scrape. It's either that or we take Claw, number 2. And, Claw is also good, but the problem is this Scrape is an uncommon, so I don't think we're going to see Scrape all that often. I think we're going to see a couple of Claws here and there. Apparitions, eh? We don't really have any ways to discard cards, do we? Apparitions is really good. Problem is we haven't gotten rid of like any of our strikes and defends yet, so... 43 HP. I think that's too much. I think it's too much. All right. Do we go for the campfire? I don't think we need to. I think we can actually go for the elite here. Remove or upgrade? I think we actually want to remove because we want to make more room for the 0 casting cost cards. As crazy as that is. Well, this is a troublesome turn. I guess we're like, what do we just start with this and see where that leads us? Okay. That led us down a better path, at least. Like, I have to cast the defragment, and we have to just go for double defend here. Alright, that's a turn. 12 damage incoming. We have a claw. Do I actually want to bring back the beam cell? Or could bring back like Scrape actually, but I don't think there's really very many 0-mana casting cost cards we still want. Yeah, there's only Zap in the deck, so I don't think it's worthwhile. So is it better to just go for this and be able to put up a block? It's probably still just the best thing to do for us here. And we would just ignore the hologram. I don't think we need the hologram, so. Yep, Beam Cell, Claw, Steam Barrier, Defend, Cold Snap. Prevents all the damage being dealt to us this turn. I think that's reasonable. I would call that a win. Cool-headed A. Cool-headed to line those both up. We have the Zap to be able to get some extra energy for this turn. Could save the dual cast for another turn. Capacitor. Okay. Let's go for it. Self-repair. So I think we actually do have to dual cast. This would be 14 block. Unfortunately, I have to sacrifice one of my orbs, but, you know, to make sure that I take no damage this turn, I think that's worthwhile. And we also deal 10 damage to him, so. What do we got? Coolhead and Zap still in their graveyards, so 24 block is what we need. I really do want to be able to get another Frost Orb in play. And we could deal with small increment of damage more here. So that's 20, 23. We'll just make it so we take 0 damage. How's that? All right. We have 2 0 casting cost cards. We have 1 0 casting cost card. Okay. We have Zap to be able to go for. Let's go for, obviously, the barrier. Do we want to scrape is the question, or would we rather go for a defend here? Let's see where we're at. 12, 19. We can't kill you. We like have to cast that. So we're at 22. So we have 15 damage incoming. This is going to deal 10. So we can't kill you with that either, unless I want to use a potion here. I think I'm okay with using like a explosive potion actually on this. To make sure we don't take any more damage. We don't have self-repair, that's the only problem, but I just didn't think we could survive another turn without taking any damage anyways, so. Core Surge or Glacier. Both reasonable. I like both of these cards. Dealing 11 damage. Do we need more, like, strike pluses? Do we need more strike pluses? I don't think we need more strike pluses. And how many Frost Orbs do we have right now? We have 1. We have 2, wherever the... We have, okay, cool head, and yeah. So I think Glacier is probably better here. Core Surge, we don't really like need another strike upgrade right now. We're actually just looking for more like 0 casting cost cards or ways to just like make sure we don't die. And this is a way that we don't die. So I think we take Glacier here, because it's actually pretty good. Tough choice, though. Yes. From there. I guess we just go for like this. Biased Cognition. I don't think it's time for you, bro. Let's see what Sweeping Beam has to offer. A strike. Is it sad that I feel like we just like use this to go for like another Sweeping Beam? So we can prevent damage this turn? I think that's actually reasonable. We also get another draw chance too. We have Zap. Okay. Well, let's go for the Zap. Don't really want to cast a Biased Cognition because I want to cast it the second go around, since I don't think we have enough time to be able to kill this before we start running out of our focus. Let's see. I don't think it's worth it to go for the Scrape, unfortunately. I do think it's worth it to go for the dual cast, though, since we're going to be putting a orb into play anyways. And we're going to take some damage here. That's okay. Well, if we ever wanted to go for an all-for-one play, this would be the turn. Sure, we'll be able to get 2 extra energy this turn. And yeah, cool, that will just kill you. Okay, perfect. That worked out. It's a little late for the genetic algorithm. Auto Shields is actually pretty decent, though, for 1 mana to gain 15 block. I don't think we need the extra energy. I do think Auto Shields will be worthwhile, though. We haven't needed to rest at any point. That's kind of crazy. I'm a little surprised there, to be honest with you. This is a deal 9, draw 4. This goes up to a +1. This goes up to just block. Where do we go? Where do we go? Dual cast for 0. Just another card that's going to cost 0 in our deck. I think that's reasonable, actually. Yep, we want to go to the store. Happy little flower. Bob Ross's little friend. Or you can call him Flowey. All right. Oh, man, none of these really are that helpful for us. And since I just took the Glacial, I can't really take the Loop. Because unfortunately, the Auto Shield is what I was referring to. Because if we have no block in play, and this will make it so we have block in play. So that kind of hurts that. We could grab Secret Technique and then be able to upgrade it. Do we have another Campfire coming up? We have a Campfire right after. But we have an Elite if I go that. Actually, no, we don't have an Elite. I don't have to go fight the Elite. Okay, let's go for a Secret Technique. And, yeah. Do we want anything else? We can remove cards from the deck. Attacking 3 times will give us 4 block is not bad. Also, Clockwork Souvenir, I think, is actually reasonable, too, since we didn't pick up that artifact remover thing. I think that's reasonable enough to take. We do get the Boot. Do we have enough cards to take advantage of the Boot, actually? We have Beam Cell. Beam Cell and Claw. That's it. Okay. I wish you were the Secret Attack one, not the Secret Technique. Because I would have loved to be able to go dig for better cards. Dig for all for one, that is. I think we just remove a strike here. And then from there, I don't think we really need much else. Like we're not really going for the Doom and Gloom strategy where you need 1 Dark Orb and just have a bunch of Frost Orbs. Compile Driver is not a terrible choice, though, since we frequently can take advantage of it. It is a strike plus, but it's basically like a 1 mana at least draw 2 in our deck. At least. And are we at the point where stack we can take advantage of? Wish there was more zero casting cost cards in here that we could take advantage of, but unfortunately I don't see much. This is actually really hard. Because we're trying to go for the all-for-one deck, but obviously we need other cards to be able to support. Make sure we're alive, too. I think we just pass on this. Save our gold. Let's go upgrade that Secret Technique. Just another card we can get for our all-for-one. All right. I'm feeling pretty antsy. Let's go fight that elite. We get another one. Oh boy. There's no zero casting cards that I want, really. We have Overclock. I guess that counts as something. Okay, I'll take an Overclock. I'll take an Overclock. Stag Discharge is also a really good card. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel 1 Lightning Orb. And then if you upgrade, it's 2 Lightning Orbs, by the way. So it's actually like a really good card. I'm thinking of getting rid of another strike, honestly. What is our way to be able to kill people, though? I feel like actually we should get rid of a defend if we do get rid of anything. Just try to keep it even split, since we're not really like we don't have a bunch of lightning orbs people take advantage of. So I think we actually get rid of a defend if we do get rid of anything here, and then we're good. Let's move on. Defragment Capacitor, great turn 1. Cannot complain there. And sure, we'll put some damage on him. On her. So we do have the Secret Technique, and it is upgraded, which means we can use the all-for-one, but the problem is, do we need to do that this turn? And I'm not sure that's necessary. You know what? We could actually go for a dual cast, or we could get a zap here. I think the zap is actually reasonable. Glacier is clearly something we want to go for. We have Beam Cell. Sure. Go for the dual cast. Awesome. That was a good turn. That was a really good turn. Overclock. Crazy. Yeah. Why would we not do this? This is where bias cognition is going to be helpful, because the game is not going to last very long from this point on, in case you're wondering. I don't even need to cast that. Okay. So, well, where do we go from here? This kills you. Okay, we'll start there. From there, we can beam cell you. Let's go for Secret Technique. None of these are actually worthwhile. Okay, wonderful. We have Scrape in the deck, and we have Self-Repair. You know what? I think we tried to go for the Self-Repair. We did not get it. Okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I don't think we can cast the Scrape, though. I do want to try to kill you as quickly as I possibly can, though. And this is about all we can do here. Let's go. All right. I shouldn't have cast that other Lightning Orb, so that we actually could have drawn the Self-Repair, but... Turbo. Yeah, we're doing it. we're going full ham. We got this. Storm combo. Okay. Auto shields, defrag, cold snap. Let's cold snap the guy in the back. We're going to take some damage here, obviously, but hopefully we can make it so we just don't take very much for the future. Glacier is a pretty good play for this turn, so isn't Sweeping Beam and Beam Cell. So let's Beam Cell this guy. Let's go for a Sweeping Beam first. Turbo. Okay. Overclock. None of these are like really what I was hoping for. Would we rather have a Glacier? Like, we can't block everything this turn, correct? No, we can't. 9. So yeah, we do have to go for the Glacier. Okay. And I might as well get the self-repair down, and we can dual cast. That's about it this turn, though. I guess I could have drawn more cards, actually. I probably should use the Swift Potion, especially with the Turbo in our hand. Yeah, that was a mistake. I will use it this turn, though. I need to block. So we have 8 block already. And they're attacking for 1927. I think we go for this because I can go for the Glacier. And we should have enough block here. I mean, I'm just going to put up that up anyways. Yeah, we have enough block there. Okay. 1927. Correct. We're good. We're good. We're good. Just making sure we don't take too much damage, or any damage at all if we can help it. Bias Cognition. This is actually a pretty cool turn. Because Bias Cognition will make it so we don't take almost any damage at all for the remainder of this. We're going to take some damage this turn. Yes. Take 7. Okay. But hopefully we don't take any more from this point on. So Overclock. We don't have any zero casting cost cards other than Overclock. Okay. So dual casting doesn't really do anything for us. Let's go for a Sweeping Beam. See where that leads us first. We can strike this. Do we want to strike this? Or would I rather go for... No, all for one doesn't matter here. So we'll just kill this guy, and we'll make sure we just take no damage. Oh my god, he's not dead because we were weakened. No! But we didn't take damage, so oh well. You goofy goober. Yeah. Yeah, let's just make sure he's dead. These Frost Orbs are going to do a ton of work, so what do we want? Anything good? Turbo is the only thing we can get there? That is awful. That is awful. Alright, well, pass. Okay, so we have all the cards in our deck now. Claw only deals 2 damage. How's Claw only dealing 2? Do we, like, discard that or something? That feels weird. Let's see. Let's go for Secret Technique. What do we want? Overclock is reasonable since we have Turbo. Let's go for that. Beam Cell. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Can't. But we can get him so that way he's at least weak enough to die to the lightning. And we have enough to block, so 20. Yes, we're fine. Okay, so we got to make sure this one's dead at least this turn. Fine, if you're going to do this to me. All right. It's coming down to the wire here to take no more damage. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding. Okay. There we go. Finally. Ink bottle too. That's pretty funny. Does this go to 0 mana when you wow, it does. Oh, when you upgrade it. Is that or hologram actually better for us? Hologram being able to get back all for one is a reasonable thing. I'm not opposed to that. Not opposed to either of these, honestly. Is there like a straight combo that we're just like looking for if we go for this exhaust strategy though with recycle? Because I do need to upgrade if that's the case, which means we have to miss this campfire. But we're at 52 health, so I don't necessarily need to heal up at this campfire. Is recycle actually going to be better for us though? I don't know if it necessarily will be. I feel like hologram is just going to be better for us in the long run. And now we have the choice of being able to regenerate 25 HP, or we can smith a card. So what if we were to smith anything? Is there anything that like stands out as like necessary, needs to be smithed right away? And looking at this, not really. Not really. We only have one claw. Man, that sucks. Explains why they're not dealing much damage. We need at least 2 to start getting rolling there. But at least picked up a hologram, so we could potentially like go for a claw strategy there. Scrape is a pretty decent one. Bias cognition obviously is reasonable. I think those are the 2 options. This draws 3 cards, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing this gives you 3 energy. Yeah. So it's between Scrape and Bias Cognition for me. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have multiple cards, right? Because this is not all the upgrade ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards. Out of 27 cards in our deck. So if we do upgrade this, we should be able to find at least one zero casting card almost every time we cast it, on average. You know what? Let's go for it. Defrag, Capacitor, Glacier, Cold Snap. All really good. That was an excellent turn 1. I cannot complain there at all. Do we go for the Scrape here? Is there anything that I want right now with the technique? There's nothing really like stands out. Dual cast, hologram. Hologram probably would be the pick. Let's go for a Scrape. Fortunately, none of those cards were ones that we're ever going to be able to use, eh? Got rid of a Glacier. No, we got rid of a Self-Repair and a Sweeping Beam and Auto Shields. Okay, yeah, those are, and a Defend. Okay, not the end of the world. Cool Head is probably the next thing we go for here, just to try to prevent some more damage this turn. Do we want to go for? We could save this actually. Yeah, let's go for the Equilibrium. That sounds really good this turn. Let's go. See if we can draw some more 0 casting cost cards. Nice. Bias Cognition. I don't think it's time, buddy. I think you're going to be like when he's at like half health. That will be your time to shine. Let's go for a Turbo. All for one. Do we need to get cards out of my hand? How many cards do we have that we're getting back? We're getting back 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't have to. Okay. 10, which means we can actually use double strike on that guy. It's 1 more down. Secret Technique. What is Secret Technique going to get us? We could actually go for what? Another another all for one. If we go for the hologram. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Otherwise we're getting what? Like zap or overclock? Let's go for it. I always have dual cast too to be able to get 4 extra energy if I need to, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. See, this is when the fun stuff happens. You're at 1. That is so rude. Do we go for like the zap and hope that it actually hits, or do we just suck it up and go for... We're blocking 16. We're blocking 22. I think I just have to go for the zap here. I could obviously go for the burn. Is that what it's called? The overclock? There we go. But then we just put an extra burn to our deck that we don't necessarily need, and we don't have ways to be able to exhaust cards, so I don't think that's what we're looking for. So I think we just go for the zap and hope that that actually hits. From here, I do think we actually have to go for the turbo again and just be able to put up more block this turn. Just to make sure we don't die. If that, yeah, if I was gonna say, if that lightning orb didn't actually hit correctly, which it did not. So, beam cell. I do want to be able to go for the overclock. Self-repair, of course. Why wouldn't you be here? Let's go for the equilibrium and pass the turn. He's probably going to summon more dudes. Or is he attacking? He's attacking. Oh my goodness. Secret technique. What can you get me here? So we have 16 block already this turn. So we need 11 more block. Steam Barrier, I believe, gives us 5 at the moment. So we need 6 more block, which we have a defend. Actually, no, it's not going to... We're frailed, so... That would be like 3, I believe. So 3, 6, 9. We're still taking 2 at that point. I can also go for a Cold Snap to be able to get some more mana into our hand, too. Or is it better just go for like a Glacier here? Or Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed would actually make it so we have just enough block to be able to take on this turn, I think, as well. And we also get an extra card in our hand. Scrape is reasonable. Okay. Just trying to make sure we have enough room if I go for the Scrape here. Got the Zap. Sure. So we have Overclock, Beam, Secret Technique, Steam Barrier, and Zap. So actually like almost all the cards. All except for Claw. I don't think we're going to be casting the dual cast, so let's go for it. I would actually rather draw all these right now, if I can help it. Secret Technique. What does Secret Technique actually get me here? Turbo? We're getting some weird plays, but... and I'm not sure if majority of these are correct. Like, now we're in just, like, a weird spot, but I think... Like, we could just, like, stop here. The turbo really only gets us, like, a strike and a bias cognition if we want it. You know, it's probably worth the bias cognition actually right now. Let's go for that. Strike. See, I wish this was the attack, so that way I could actually go over and find this claw right here. Okay, well, I think we pass here. Alright, because he's at just about half HP, which is where I wanted him to be. Overclock. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, secret technique. What do you get us? You can get us... not much, actually. Glacier, Equilibrium. Not opposed to going for a Glacier here. I think that actually would be a decent choice for this turn. We have a Cold Snap. Okay. Then let's try to take out one of these little enemies. And we have 2447, which is exactly enough to block this. Perfect. Okay. Scrape, what are you doing for us, buddy? You're getting us Turbo and Zap. Potentially. At least one of those. I think it's worth it to go for. Wow. Wow, we drew both the voids. Okay, well, that's fine. We're not taking any damage anyways this turn. Yeah, that scrape kind of screwed us there a little bit. Little greedy. little greedy. Oh god, I think we actually might die to this because I have been a little too greedy. I think I went for that biased cognition a little too early. We gotta get some moves going here. This is deal 11. All right. Taking some damage here. Maybe I should have to use this potion pretty soon. Like right now. Still have all for one the deck, so I actually don't think I can go for this scrape here. Well, this is an awkward turn. That scared the crap out of me. Like, it's only going to deal an extra couple points of damage. I don't think that extra couple points is going to matter as much. Especially if we're skipping out in the scrape there. Glacier cool-headed. We have to, like, just try to kill him, I think. Okay. Where else do we go from here? Make it so we can block all the damage if I go for this. Does this make it extra so we can block? No, this is not even close. Okay. Let's go for Secret Technique. What do we want? Zap is probably the best thing we can do here. Try to move these orbs a little closer to being able to just kill him. None of these feel really good, honestly. Yeah, I think we cast our biased cognition a little too soon. And now we're like petering out. I think we have to just go for that because it goes into the discard pile anyways. We got Turbo. Okay. These are so, like, this is such a risky set of turns. But we, like, have to go all in on this turn, that's for sure. Overclock finds us Claw. There we go. Oh my god. Oh, that was so close. It probably didn't even need to be that close either. That's the sad thing. Oh, we went for that bias cognition just a wee bit too soon. Or I guess you could argue from that point, since we actually won, maybe we didn't. No, it definitely was a mistake to go for it that soon. He should have been below the halfway point for us to even consider it. And we didn't have enough aggression to be able to get him, so. Fission is not terrible either. Echo Form, we can't take the Meteor Strike because we don't have enough mana to be able to actually use it. The Thunder Strike, we don't cast enough Lightning Orbs for that to be something that we can consider either. So it's between Fission and Echo Form. And Echo Form is really, really powerful. And Fission is just a good card. I think we have to Echo here. Yeah, I think Echo Form has to be used. Oh, well, we can't take Choker, obviously, since we are not quite the Choker deck. Double the effectiveness of potions, because we can't cast more than 6 cards with Choker. So it's either we go for Slaver's Collar to gain extra energy throughout boss and elite combats, or we go for Sacred Bark. I mean, both these are really good, because the reason why Sacred Bark is good is because we have, like, a flex potion. So if we pick up some more zero casting cost damage cards, you know, then we can make flex really, really powerful. And we do have to keep our potions in mind, actually, for a lot of our combats. Is the extra mana, like, really worth it? I don't think it is. Like, we already have the extra mana from the plasma thing. I guess we do kind of need the extra mana for Echo Form. You know what? Sure. All right, that's where I'm going to end it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I realized there was probably a lot of, like, weird and wonky plays that were going on. I'm still kind of, like, learning this character, as well as there's still a lot of interactions in the game that I don't fully understand. But I do want to try to make this this Storm deck to go above and beyond, to go further and beyond. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does truly help out the channel. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving lately, because it just makes me want to make more videos. So thank you guys so much. And hopefully we can defeat the heart and move on from here. So with that being said, make sure to have yourself a great day. Do something positive. Do something small that moves yourself forward. As I always say, good luck and grind on, everyone.